Am I getting old? Oh. If you age me, you're out of here. Welcome back to Thebettermanbysak, where I want you to be your best version. It took me a really long time to learn this concept. This concept should be used for both men and women because if we're in relationships that aren't promoting health, vitality, happiness, joy, abundance, love, peace, I go on and on. What are we doing? Because we're wasting our life force with people that are not valuing us. I'd like to start the training with a tarot card. Okay. I can't plan this. It's two little kids with cups. So the Six of Cups. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's children. So I'm gonna channel the energy of children playing. And you know, that's what I'm doing here with my hair. I used to always wear my hair like this, like since I was like 15. And I kind of gave up the hairstyle because I just thought it was kind of immature looking, and it is. So if you're gonna see me like when I'm 90 with like two pieces of hair out of this ponytail, like you're gonna know why and you're gonna forgive me. So please keep that in mind if we still know each other at that time. So I'm fixing my hair right now. You also might notice women that may have their hair in their face all the time, kind of like this. And that's because maybe they're hiding something. So, and it might make them look younger. So just a little tip for anyone out there that wondered why maybe someone's hair is always in their face, and that could be why. Wake up and smell the coffee, and we haven't even had coffee yet. If you cause me unnecessary stress about my well-being, future, and all-around security, you're out of here. I've been in positions in my past where we weren't sure how we were going to pay the rent. Money insecurities are something that you're experiencing. It would be pretty hard to surrender to that person and let them lead. If it was a woman feeling the insecurities, I understand there could be a man that may feel insecure about money, and he may have a wife, and that's a burden I don't know about. And I know our men take on a lot of burdens for us. And that's the very reason why we're going to be there for you if there's going to be some sort of surprise or disappointment or, you know, wake up call in regards to possibly some unexpected finances. So I'm not saying I'm going to hightail it out of there if you become completely broke and lose all your money and we have nothing to live off of. If you're experiencing unstable housing, food, clothing, health insurance, job security, and savings, it's not a great place to be, and I've been there before, and I know what it's like to run to the bank with like coins and try and do a deposit only to find out that they closed your account and you get like a 20-cent check. Have you ever walked past a bank and set the alarm off because you were so broke? That was the feeling I had. And once you have that feeling, it's only up from there. So if you're currently experiencing that, I'm just reminding you, better is coming. And I want you to be ready for it. I want you to expect better. If you age me, you're out of here. Commitment. I'm going to need a committed partner. If I get your word that you're going to do something for me, I'm already expecting it done and wanting to hear about what else we can achieve together. Because if you're the one that's going to be letting me down while you're my partner, I'm going to start questioning why we're on the same team, because I'm on the winning team. And if you're not a winner and you don't have the winning spirit, we wouldn't be a match anyway, because I don't like to disappoint myself, let alone other people in my life. And I sure as hell don't want you to disappoint me. So if you're gonna constantly be disappointing me by not fulfilling your commitments, you're gonna have the benefit of finding out what it's gonna look like when I'm no longer in your life. Because at that point, you'll realize what you missed. If you caused me hurt, if I'm not crying tears of joy, you're out of here. I'm not gonna be crying for you. I'm not gonna be crying for a man again. Life is way too precious, and there are so many people out there that wanna love you. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. Have you ever been in the passenger seat of a car with someone like you're either dating or married to or just in a relationship with? And then you see another car that pulls up to you. Do you ever wish you could like transfer into the other car because your relationship is so unhealthy and you're frozen, you don't know what to do? I've had that experience, and even having that experience, you can still be frozen and numb to know what the next step is. So if that relates to anyone, my heart goes out to you, because I want to give you the strength to know that you can get out of that situation. And I'm hoping this channel is going to support you in that process, because that's the sole point of me talking about this. If you create lying, I understand there's little white lies here or there. Those type of lies are fine. But if you're going to be deceitful, hurtful, dishonest, all around untrustworthy, you're out of here, because I don't have time for that. And you shouldn't either. That goes for women, that goes for men. I choose authenticity, and I think authenticity is hot. Just because someone looks good on paper, like a resume, like, okay, oh, he went to that school, okay, he's the chairman, okay, he's the CEO, okay. That means crap, okay? It doesn't mean they're an authentic person. And just because, say, a girl looks pretty in a photo or pretty in person, doesn't mean she has an open heart and she is loving. You need to look past surface level things. And I know many people possibly watching this might think she's pretty superficial. That's quite the opposite. And anyone that feels otherwise actually could see through into my heart, because I wouldn't be on YouTube spending hours creating videos and editing them and just giving my advice to you if that was the case. I would be like down in Scottsdale at some steakhouse or like high-end piano bar, which I have no problem doing that either, but I'm spending my time with you right now. So what I'm not going to do anymore is constantly toxic vent to people about the situations I'm in. Luckily, I like to believe I've removed most of them out of my life. Let drama die when it reaches you. You know, I'm wearing this shirt, this girl's calling for help, and it says, just bring wine. I'm gonna be drinking wine when I have stuff to celebrate. I'm not gonna be drinking when I'm depressed, upset, angry, miserable, and then make worse decisions. Nothing against anyone that drinks wine, but it's to celebrate. It's never to commiserate. And that brings me to excess. If there's excess in eating, drinking, prescription, non-prescription drugs, you're not for me, because I'm high on life. I don't need drugs to enjoy myself. And if you're having to do it on a daily basis, I'd rather you look inside yourself and figure out, how could I attain the happiness without this substance? I'm gonna call myself out. I've taken Xanax and had drinks prior to going on dates because I wasn't fully happy, but I no longer have to do that anymore. I'm literally having a party in my body because I recently gave up Coca-Cola about a week ago. And I'm saying it here to, one, keep on track. And I'm also saying it because it feels like I was a chain smoker for like 10 years. And then they literally removed a brick from my chest. And like, now I can breathe. And that's a really weird analogy when you would think like Coca-Cola has nothing to do with your lungs. If you're like a lung doctor out there, let us know. But I feel like I can like breathe for the first time. And that's a channel to my throat chakra too, because I'm getting my voice back at the same time. Speaking of, I was having a conversation with someone I've known for 7 years, and he told me, your voice has not changed. And I'm like, really? Because we can become hardened over time. And I know it's true because I stopped talking to him for 3 years due to an excess issue, and that happened to be alcohol. So when we're not living our life the way we want, we're gonna start sounding differently. We're gonna start looking differently. No one said you had to be Benjamin Buttons, and I don't wanna be. But I definitely don't want you to meet me 3 years down the line and ask, what happened to her? She doesn't look happy. And I've seen people in relationships that stay together for a while, and if you're miserable, you're aging. So keep that in mind. My one anti-aging tip for anyone out there would be wear sunscreen. I wear sunscreen every time my headlights on my car are off. So, and that includes inside. So if you're on a computer, you better be wearing sunscreen. If you're near an x-ray machine, you better be wearing sunscreen. If you're around lights, you better be wearing sunscreen because you're gonna be affected. And I've always worn sunscreen. I know some people might not like sunscreen. They wanna wear hats and stuff and long sleeves. Okay, wear those too. If you're in a toxic situation and you just need some support right now and you're not able to get out fully, you can say, I'm no longer available to leak energy to people that don't value me. And if anyone's doing anything of the above that I just mentioned to you on a consistent basis, and there's no natural consequences for it, and you haven't stood up or draw the line or the boundary, it's abusive and it's gonna age you, and it's definitely not gonna make you happy. So maybe this is just a little reminder to you that you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to continue to suffer and suffer in silence. So you may not feel comfortable saying your truth. And sometimes you don't even have to. You don't have to explain yourself. You can just leave. Okay? And then if you're with someone that's always blaming you, doesn't take responsibility, won't say sorry, to yourself, you could say, it's not me, it's not mine, I'm not going to own it. So like, shield yourself. It's not me, it's not mine, I'm not going to own it. Okay, you can do this at work. If you got people always like pointing blame and stress, just running around with nasty energy, you should say that before you go into work. You can also say phrases that start with I wonder. A lot of times we're used to affirmations that start with I am, but I like I wonder because it allows you to imagine like a child, and I feel like I've grown older, but I still have the childlike self inside me. So I really relate to this concept. So you can say, I wonder how I became so lucky to have this healthy relationship in my life. So whatever you don't have, you can just say, I wonder. I wonder how I continue to get my desires met. I wonder how all this money came flooded into my bank account. I wonder how I keep looking younger and younger every morning I look in the mirror. I wonder how I feel so good after having 3 hours of sleep. I wonder what amazing things I'm gonna accomplish today because it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna wanna tell you about it. So if you keep that spirit alive inside you, it's just gonna generate room to manifest what you really want. Because if you really want healthy relationships, and I would like to believe we all do, if you didn't, this might not be your channel. If you do and you imagine and you can believe, I'm letting you know you can get it. I wonder if you could hit the like, subscribe, share, comment below, notification bell. I wonder if you want to become a client, please email me below in the description. I wonder if you know how much I love you. Later. I looked up the definition of the Six of Cups. It stands for innocence and nostalgia. Another way to look at it is to look back at a time to a simpler way of thinking.